doing a quick stream for my friend here.
Let me check it. See if it's popped up.
Now let me see. Yeah, now I got to check mine.
Yep, there you go. I see it.
It's going. Now let me see. Mute myself.
You gonna meet yourself, okay?
No, I'm muting my
Oh
YouTube
God.
channel. That's what I'm muting. Otherwise, you'll hear an echo. It's going to play both of our sound. I'm just letting this going to play through because it's got an intro and it's got all these stupid things for copyright reasons, and I don't want no copyright, so I let it play through. It's my homemade intro video, which I suggest everybody makes some kind of intro video that has those copyright things, just so you don't get in trouble. It's actually pretty fast. This is faster than Twitch is anyway.
Yeah.
There's a less of a delay. Actually, pretty fast.
Ooh, this is wool coat weather. It's freezing.
That wind's terrible outside. Yeah, it's cold.
Cold now. This is wool.
About an 8 to 10 second delay.
I won't be able to stay warm if
Wind.
it's wool now.
Oh, it's still.
Goodness.
All right, well, I gotta speed this up now. I thought it was playing, but apparently not. My bad.
You did not want to evade my wrath.
Now it's playing.
Quit your own shadow.
You might need to turn it down. I got it pretty loud. Yeah, I just slapped all these together with a cheesy video editor just to get it knocked out. And then I threw a couple other things in there that are important. Of course, the Second Amendment stuff, Second Amendment Foundation, Gunners of America, American Legion, lifetime members, all of those. That there is because I like Brave browser. That's my current PC specs, soon to be changed. They were all the servers I played on. I gotta edit that video. That's the game too. And this is the game I play for Heroes. That's not the game itself, but the game I like to play. And the PC is sending you video like fine. I don't know about streaming it. It's kind of crap. Because it's using the and of course, no books. I do need to update this intro though.
I like the memes.
Thanks. Yeah, I gotta update the memes. I'm gonna change some next time I do this. I was actually thinking of using some of my YouTube clips, but I know Twitch you can't have firearms on there. Yeah, I gotta update that. For whatever reason.
Oh, you can have guns on Twitch?
I don't think you can, even though you can play
I
games
know
that
that.
have guns. I don't get it. Somebody was telling me it's against the terms of service to have firearms on Twitch. I haven't read it myself. Alright, here we go. It's a Dell XPS. It's got an i7, 6th gen, quad core with hyper threading, which means it has 8 threads, two threads per core. Now I added some stickers on here, so when you take off the side panel, it'll be easier for you to put it back on because you'll know the American flag's facing the right way. But go through the video here with everything, and I'll show you some briefs. Oh, it didn't capture. See down here. I'll pause it if I have to. There's some knobs that lock it and unlock it on the back. I'm just going through the whole outside, and I'll open it up next. You can see there's a little blue. Let me pause this. This blue tab here has a little unlock button. Right now it's unlocked. This one is locked. I think this one's. Either way, the arrow says lock is down, unlock is up, because this is the top. And I wrote with a metallic marker here, pull. You have to pull this to open the side panel off. So I wrote that on the back of the PC. This is the 460 watt power supply. So it'll be good enough for like a GTX 1650 Ti or SC, which would stands for super clock. I left these two open because most graphics cards take 2 slots and left the rest in there. This one actually has the extra 6-pin power cord to plug in other graphics cards because some of them don't take extra power, some of them do, and that's why I said this one's better. Plus, this one has 4 RAM slots instead of just 2. So the two 4 gig sticks in there that have 8 gigs of RAM can stay in there, and you can either add 16 gigs, which would give you a total of 24, or add 32, which would give you a total of 40. Because they even sell them in bigger sizes than that, but there's no reason really to go bigger than that unless you're like playing AAA titles, and at that point you might need a bigger computer anyway, one with 8 cores instead of 4 cores, like the Intel i9 or the Ryzen 7 or Ryzen 9. I don't know if the new Intel i7s have 8 cores and 16 threads, but they might. I know the i9s do. All right, let's hit play and keep going, and I'll pause it as I need to. And you can see where I pull it back here. And I unlock those.
Alright.
And then,
I just went ahead and just unmute both of us and just muted the streams, but it's going to be 8-second delay.
all right, we got the panel off now. And then I show you. I think, yeah, I should point to the locks here to show you the unlock and the lock. The unlock and the lock there. And that's unlock. And then down there, I use my thumb to unlock the other side. And then this tray, this whole thing lifts up right here.
Alright.
There we go. And it stays connected, we can pause that. You can see there's 2 RAM sticks there, and they have a black and a white tab. They have 2 black and white tabs. And then these 2 tabs, is that the 2 ones closest to the CPU?
Basically, I just pull those bad boys out.
Well, those 2 you leave in there.
I
I mean, unless you're going to buy 4 sticks of RAM. My computer's got 32 gigs in it, the one I'm almost done with. And I added this right here. I added an aftermarket extra fan here that has a controller on it, and I have it set to high fan speed. So you can lower it to medium or low, but you could leave it on high. So it sucks the air in here, and this computer has an exhaust fan at the top here that pushes it out the top. So dust will never settle on top of your computer on that spot. So it sucks cold air from the front here, and then it has vents on the side. Because this is such a terrible design where they have this power supply here. Other than that, I mean, it's a good running PC. It takes a full power supply unit, so that's replaceable there. It's not some special. That's why I suggested this one, because this one actually is more upgradable. It's easier to
and heavier too.
And the case is it's a heavy case. Here's the SSD that I installed. That's got 128 gigs. And then it has right here's an empty hard disk drive bay. Right behind here, there's another one that has a 1 terabyte drive. So you can buy one more hard disk drive, and they sell them like I think up to 10 terabytes now, and put it in there.
What's it cost?
I know I bought me a 4 terabyte one it was under $100. I think it was like 80. So it depends on how much video editing you're doing or how many games you're downloading. But for what you have right now, you can download quite a few games with 1 terabyte here. Just make sure that if you have problems, you can ask me and I'll stream how to change the directory to where, because I installed Steam, Epic Games, Battle.net, and City of Heroes already. But you have to make an account on all of them, which is free to make an account. And I installed Discord, so you just have to log into your account there. But those things all have free games with them. City of Heroes are all free anyway, the ones that are there. But I only left the 2 that I currently play, the 2 versions, which are the most free of speech versions they have available. And but they're installed on that drive there. And then this, see right here, this has a, was it 2 6-pins? That one has a 6-pin with an 8-pin connector. Just because it has an 8-pin connector does not mean that this hard drive can support something that takes 8 pins. It's a 460 watt power supply. So without upgrading the power supply, which you can upgrade in the system, you can use, like I said, up to a GTX 1650 Superclock Ti, something like that. It should be
Okay.
able to take that with no problem. You're pushing it anything past that, like
And burn the
you could
tower basically.
well you would burn
Okay.
the power supply unit out, or we could burn other stuff out if it burns that.
Okay.
My nephew did that, and he only killed the power supply unit. He did not kill the whole PC. So the power
Okay.
supply unit
So
actually died.
question.
Yes.
Did you show I gotta put the graphics card in and whatnot? Did you
I
show
have my
that?
finger pointing at the tabs right now, so we're gonna push play and keep going.
Okay.
And then,
8-second delay. Ugh, hate it.
all right. So now I'm gonna pause it. Now that we got a full view here. So right here where this blue tab is, the graphics card's gonna go right here. And then there's you're not gonna worry about that empty bay because that graphics card's gonna cover over that. There's
Also, I just hook it in, just
it
put it
plugs
in
in,
there,
kind of like
snap
how
it
these
in.
RAM sticks have their own separate base. The graphics card's going to snap in there, and then it's going to have a metal hinge like an L shape where it rests on top of the metal here, so you'll know it's in all the
Oh,
way. And this little
so
blue
it
tab.
goes in this long part, the longer part, and what's the two shorter ones?
All right,
Was
this
three
one's
of
going to
them.
get covered up by a graphics card. Most of the ones that are pretty good are going to be take two base slots anyway.
Oh,
So,
so basically
but
the whole thing.
these two will be open. But you already have
Okay.
Wi-Fi. They sell like Wi-Fi cards here, but they also sell like sound cards for like if you plan on making like beats and stuff like that, and you need
Yeah.
better audio stuff. They still sell sound cards that are things here, and they sell high speed hard M.2s that can slide into these bays, so you can actually put more memory in this computer than just this bay right here. But they are more expensive. This like little guy here is more expensive than a guy that could go in here for memory. They're a lot
Okay.
faster memory too. So you have a couple different things you can get here. There's multiple different ways you can use these two slots. There's so many different attachments that can go back here. It doesn't have to be a sound card. It doesn't have to be memory. I mean,
I'll slowly upgrade
they
on
sell
all the extra other stuff.
yeah, they sell a lot of different things. So I mean, if you can think of something, they probably have some kind of adapter for it, even for like
Yeah.
old tech to adapt it to use old stuff because they make so many things. These are the PCI Expresses, and that's
Okay.
I mean I guess this is the PCI Express too, but this is like 16, and then it would go 8 and then 4 down that way.
Okay.
Let's hit play here. See if these tabs come into
Oh,
the camera.
before you
better.
do that, I have another question of the
All right,
realm.
here we
Oh.
go. You see where these two metal things are, or these three I left here? So these two, or that right here is actually the Wi-Fi. That little white dot here that's a sticker on top of the Wi-Fi card. So Wi-Fi works on this just fine. So the graphics card is going to have two L-shaped brackets, just like these brackets right here, that are going to rest where these two holes are at. You're probably going to buy one that covers both slots. So that's why I left that like that.
Okay.
And again, where this fan's at, it should help out quite a bit for keeping all this cooled down. And with the integrated graphics, you may be able to get away with Escape from Tarkov, but you got to make sure you set your settings to 720p and your monitor to not be any bigger than that. Like if you're using a TV screen, make it windowed mode and make it small. Make it 720p if you're going to try. It will play
Okay.
AAA games, but make sure you're playing at 720p at low settings without a
Alright.
graphics card. Once you get a graphics card in there, you could probably let this baby rock because it's got an i7, and the only thing you're going to need after that would be more memory to stream better games. I mean, you can stream like I'm streaming right now, YouTube, with this computer the way it is, and you shouldn't have any issues.
Yeah.
But
And I also got the capture card too.
yeah, and the capture card will help you be able to stream to that laptop. The esport games, like I was telling you earlier in Discord chat, the esports, the low end games like CS:GO and stuff like that. I don't know about Apex, but like Dota 2 is lower required game for lower requirements. So and CS:GO's got super low requirements. Except for Tarkov's got pretty low requirements. So it
Yeah.
may be able to do it, like I said, at 720p on low settings, but you got to make sure you get your display is at 720p too. So you're gonna have to
Okay.
use windowed mode is like this, where you shrink it down. So you're gonna have all this exposed while your game's over here. You get me? You see my green outline on this?
About 8 seconds, I will.
Sorry, but This is windowed mode right here, where
Yeah, I see it.
so you'll be playing the game with all the rest of your stuff open, and this will be at 720p. So, I mean,
Oh,
it will,
okay.
yeah, you're going to have to do it that way and set the game settings to low specs, to low settings.
Okay.
To make
And
this big
if I
again.
don't do it that way, it'll mess up some stuff.
You'll have lag. You'll probably have massive lag spikes, or it will be a very unfun, unplayable game. it will play, it's just not very fun. It will be very slow and not competitive for you, anyway. I mean,
Okay.
I guess it would be very competitive if you're trying to survive that. It's like a turtle. All right, let's continue. And yes, me showing you the two slots there where the graphics card goes. That's me pointing out the M.2 there. There's the Wi-Fi card down there.
So with the graphics card, when I plug it in, will it pick it up and say that you have a new graphics card?
Yes,
We'll have to update it and everything.
you will have to update it. And if you get the GTX now, all right. And if you get the GTX 1650 has NVIDIA drivers, you want to get the NVIDIA what's it? The NVIDIA Experience stuff because it helps you optimize your games. That's me showing you the that fan switch, and I have it just set to high. It will make the computer a
Okay.
little bit louder because the fan runs at full speed, but
Okay.
it's plugged into the extra power there, and I'm showing you what side aligns down here. But to make it easy, on the other end up here in the corner, I put an American flag facing the right way when this computer's standing up. So it will not be on the bottom, it will be on the top.
Okay.
And then that shows me lining it up and pushing it down here so it locks in place. And this case obviously looks like a lot better shape. It, looks pretty clean, actually. Then I do one last tour of the PC from the outside.
It just pops back open if I want to open it back up.
Yeah, this computer doesn't need any screws for locking stuff down.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah, you don't need a screwdriver for that one. Maybe the graphics card actually gets pinned down by that one thing, so it actually doesn't even need that for that either. It just locks in place. Everything is more simplified. And you won't, the power button kind of blends into the front face there. It's in that corner.
Okay.
And that's the end of the video there. So
Yeah. Definitely easier,
yeah.
bigger, a lot bigger.
Yeah, it's in my opinion, it's easier to upgrade for sure because it doesn't take proprietary nonsense. It just takes a regular power supply that you can plug in and unplug. The graphics card might have to be a little bit shorter. It's not a longer case, unfortunately. It's just heavier. It's a bigger case. It's thicker,
Okay.
but they have longer cases in this. They stretch out like a desk, man. And they'll take some really long. Like they have 3-fan graphics cards that are like super long. They're almost as big as your
Definitely
keyboard.
send me some more links of some graphics cards that's compatible with this for I won't get the wrong thing. Pissed off.
No, well, the ones I sent will work. But like I said before, depending on how cheap you want to go, the lowest thing I would get is that GT 1030.
$200 one.
Well, yes, I wouldn't bother with that GT 1030 because it's like $100 when you pay for the $200 one. You're getting more than twice the power of that GT 1030, and this thing can plug into the other ones. And if you spend, I think the GTX 1650 is almost 300 right now. If it's not 300, which is a shame.
Is it any of these on Amazon for I can get like my free shipping and all that?
Yes, I believe so. Because I sent you links from Newegg and Amazon, so we'll look again, and I'll send you some more links because they're not
Okay,
that
cool.
expensive.
Yeah.
To have. Like I said, I had one spare one myself left, so from doing upgrades for people. It's just what happens. And trying to think of anything else for that, but yeah, for now until the last thing to upgrade, honestly, like unless you want to buy unless you got like $1,000 to drop anyway and buy a way better graphics card, there's no reason to upgrade a power supply. The next and like I said, like the graphics cards are so high, unless you got like $1,000 you want to dump into this thing, just on the graphics card, you need to upgrade the power supply. So considering I'm not that
With the
kind
power
of,
supply, will you help me walk walk me through that because I don't want to get stuff wrong.
Yeah.
the switches and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. But I don't think you'll need to upgrade it. Like I said, the one thing you're going to need to do is get the graphics card first and then the RAM, because the
Yeah.
point, you know, you can't play any games without you can't play any of the AAA what's it, Escape from Tarkov and stream it without the graphics card anyway. You could stream it without getting the RAM though if you got the graphics card first. That's why I keep stressing so much to get the graphics card first.
Okay.
And that 1650 will definitely do the trick. It's got 4 gigs of VRAM, and I'll send you the links again, or I'll look and see if they're still in stock of the 460 560s, the RX 460 and 560, because you want a 4 gigabyte variant, because all these games want to, you know, a lot of people 1080p is the standard pretty much.
Yeah, that's
So
what I'll use when I get the graphics card. I'll use 1080p at 30 FPS or 60.
yeah,
It depends.
that's what I try to do is get 1080p at 60 frames per second, and I try to stream at 720p at 30 frames per second. But I'm also not playing hyper competitive first person shooters. The games I'm playing are a little bit slower, like City of
So,
Heroes.
how about my Xbox games? Because people be playing the Xbox games from the PC.
Mm.
Uh,
You'll be able to do that with that GTX 1650. It might be a lower settings and all, but it's still gonna do everything you want. And again, if you're not using your PC to stream it while gaming, you can definitely play it at a better rate and use your capture card to stream it to your laptop and then stream it that way.
okay.
I don't know how your stream's going to look doing all that, because they're both going to use internet bandwidth. I mean, so is your Xbox too, though. So, but
And
that
I
I'll
only
help.
get 200 megabytes per second. I do want to upgrade to 400 though.
Well, wait, that's your download speed or your upload speed? Wait, what do you mean? No, that should be your
Uh,
download speed, right?
That's my download. Yeah,
What's
yeah.
your upload? That's for streaming. Is the important number you're having.
Upload. Let me go ahead and check that now on his website. Give me
Yeah, you
one
got to check
second.
their upload speed, because you want to have at least like 5 megabytes free of upload
I think my
speed.
upload was like 10 or 11.
Oh, okay.
Let
Well,
me
use
run the
half of that.
speed test right now.
All right. Yeah. So
Test.
I upload at right now 4,555, which is 4.5 megabytes. That's my upload for streaming. They get
Okay.
720p at 30 frames per second. I can actually bump it up because we have 20 megabytes of
Testing right now.
20 megabytes of upload speed. But my download speeds, I got gigabyte speeds here because my wife's got a 4K TV. She streams all of her shows. We don't have cable TV here. We have cable
Okay.
internet, and that's it.
My download is 200 and some megabytes, and my upload it's checking out now. Staying at between 8 and 9, but sometimes I be seeing at 12, 11 or 12.
So
It depends on who's
the rule of
using
thumb
the
from all the research I did on streaming and everything is you want to max out your halfway of what your upload speed is. You don't want to go past that in case other people are using it, so you don't have stutters and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, well, it says 9, but I'm pretty sure people is using Wi-Fi. So,
All right, yep, right there's the power button, and it even has an SD card reader here. There's your headphone and mic on the front, and it's got 4 USBs in the front here, and it does have, this is a laptop
I see it.
DVD writer.
Mode.
It's so it can play DVDs and burn them as well.
Oh,
So you can
wow. That's so old school.
Hey, you can go start making some beats there, drop some new records, you know, like Eminem. Put them in the back of the Capri.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Like it.
I still use them in all mine. Like, I won't buy a tower that doesn't have a thing for a drive. I want to have at least one myself. I mean, I've got to have probably close to 1,000 blank discs between normal CDs and DVDs, just because it's still useful to have that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to start mailing people. I mean, was it USB sticks aren't cheap enough yet to be given out like that, you know?
Yeah.
one USB stick, no matter how cheap you go, they still more expensive than a stack of blank DVDs. But unless somebody has like an external DVD player, like a lot of these new gaming rigs, like you see on all the tech channels, no drive bays at all, just USB drives. That's all you get.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of anything else. Yeah, well, that's good. You got that capture card though, so that will definitely help you with streaming. And tweaking your settings for streaming. Like I said, your your bit rate should be at 4,500 at least, and that for streaming at
Oh,
720p at 30 frames per second.
on Streamlabs, my bit rate is
Okay, honey.
3,000.
Coming?
All right. Give me 1 second. Oh, it's dark out now all the way?
Yeah. I'll go look. Let me see if
All right,
it's
you
cold.
go look, and I'll be there in a minute.
Okay, it's cold. You're gonna need a coat.
Yeah, I still got my hoodie on. Didn't take it off.
Jeez, that's dumb.
It's cold, man. Whew.
It is cold.
Still got the window open, and I still got it. It's fully dark before I can. This flashlight thing before I can post this damn video.
Yeah, this
Before the silly
with this
hell
PC
gets
too,
pissed.
there's really no upgrade in the CPU. That's kind of the best one this motherboard's going to have, unless you buy an actual gaming motherboard. There's no reason to try to get a better CPU because that is the best they have for that series.
So you could take that whole thing apart, like take all that off.
If you
the
bought
whole-
another motherboard, you could take all the RAM out. You could take all these, unplug all these things, reuse most of the wires in here. You can see where I marked it on here.
See your extra fan there, the fan right there, and you can put the fan there. Okay.
Yeah, that's the extra one I
Right.
put in because that way.
Does it just snap in?
I had to take the front panel off and screw it in through the front because there's vents on the side there, and that's why I put that thing on high so it can suck as much air in as it could there.
Okay.
And then there's.
Yeah, because I know these things get very hot.
All right, I'll go mess with it.
Everything else is on.
All right. The little one's on by the mailbox. That came on.
I forgot to look. No, I didn't see them on either.
I'll push the button. If not, it might not have got enough sunlight for a
Solar.
charge. Yeah.
They
No.
might not get enough out front there.
Yeah. Well, no. We just put it out. It might have been dead anyway.
Well, I mean that's a north side. That's why it gets green and everything. It don't get a lot of sun.
Trying to think of any. I think that we've covered everything on here. And like I said,
Oh yeah.
once it comes to setting up your stream with if you want OBS Streamlabs, which I have and I've used, I'm starting to just go with XSplit.
That's all I
mostly.
use.
XSplit just seems like it uses less resources and it's more accurate at reading your CPU usage and everything and your memory usage. Like I can look up here right now and I can see all my stuff going on.
When if I stream on that one, you want me to use software or the hardware? Because I use the hardware
until you get a graphics card, I want you to use your capture card because you can stream.
Okay.
You should be able to stream like CS:GO using a capture card. You should be able to stream City of Heroes too using a capture card actually, because my friend had a GTX or he had a GT 1030, which is the very lowest I would recommend. But at that point, I feel like you're better off getting something else, honestly. The RX 460, 560, or that GTX 1650, which is what I'm currently using right now and what I use to stream everything I do and have been using for a while. So, I mean, that's the graphics card I currently use, and it's the best low-end one they have. But unfortunately, it's almost double in price. So, that's the only downside.
It's not going to come down anytime soon.
Yeah, nothing
Not
is. And things are going up, man. Like my graphics card I bought brand new, my RX 580, I just see for sale for $500. Oh, I was like, oh my god, like, are you serious? Like everywhere too, not just at one site, like all over the place for $500 for one of them things. It's crazy. And they're making new PCs with an RX 570 in them. So I'm like, these things are still relevant now, and they're old. They're not old, but they're a couple years old now.
Yeah.
I mean, they're probably around the age of this PC, so it's not like super old tech. This PC's pretty new too. It's not that old.
Oh, what you say, 2017 or something like that?
I think it's 17 or 16.
Yeah.
So
That's not old.
no, not at all.
Then the other one.
The other one was 2018.
Okay.
That one was lighter. Not as easy upgrade path. That one had proprietary power supply, and it had I was looking online for an extra spot to get a power plug to plug in a graphics card, like a low end one if it needed it.
On you, baby cakes.
I hear you, honey. I'll be there in a second. So I'm gonna finish this stream with your brother, and then from there I'm gonna get on. I told one of the guys I'll stream Grim Dawn so he could have a chance to see it. and maybe I'll
We'll
do
be
it.
showing on Twitch.
I think I'm going to stream it on Twitch. That's what I've been doing,
Okay.
and I've been doing the.
I'll probably come check you out.
All right, I appreciate it, man. And let me know what you're doing. You can join me in chat. If he wants to join me, he can. I mean, everybody's allowed to join. I don't have my stuff as restricted, like unless I need
Yeah.
to. I mean, I got some channels that are locked, but I don't have that many channels locked to my Discord. You've been in there.
Yeah.
You've seen enough stuff, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And hopefully you get this soon. It says on the paperwork I sent you, it
That
should be there
Tuesday,
by the 30th. It said, yeah.
And then as soon as I get it, I'll let you know. Then.
Cool.
So when I get it, just want me to just plug it in and get everything set up. And
I'm going to exit the screen and show you what you might want to do when you first get it. So when you first get it and you boot up, I know it's going to take 8 seconds to see here. You're going to go down here to this section down here, and you're going to type in update, check for updates. It should say system settings, check for updates. Click that button.
yeah, I was going to do that anyways.
And you're going to click check for updates. And then
These computers always have.
And look, now I have updates today, and that I updated that thing last night. So
Pretty sure this laptop has updates too.
Yeah, so that's the first thing you're going to do is do them updates. All right,
Okay.
I included. I always make a shortcut to this PC. So you go down here if you want to go into your PC as well, and you'll see your hard drives. Like I have local disk C, Epic, Rucksack, and then Hamon, and we'll go over here. We'll exit that out.
PC, okay.
And then if you want
All
to know
your spaces is almost used up.
if you want to use your PC, see your PC specs, you right click your PC down here where it says this PC. We're going to go to more, and you're going to go to properties. And then it's going to say this right here where mine says an Intel Core i7 3000K, 3700K. Yours will say what yours is, which is an i7, I think it's 6th gen. And it'll tell you the gigahertz it's at. It will tell you how much RAM's installed. Mine has 28. This is DDR3. It doesn't tell you what kind of RAM. Mine is DDR3. Yours is DDR4. And yours is going to only have 8 gigabytes. But you have 2 empty RAM slots. So if you buy just 2 sticks of RAM, the 8 gigs don't go away, and the 2 sticks will just add more.
Just adds on. So with the RAM, so that's 16. If I get 216, is that like how much will that cost?
I think I sent it to you before. We'll go through it again. I'm going to come back.
Okay.
I won't be streaming when I come back, and I'll talk with you in chat. I'm just going to go outside so I can deal with the wife. I have Windows 10 Home. I think yours is Windows 10 Pro. I think that's what it's on there.
Okay. Plus Windows 11 is out too.
Yeah.
I got
Yours may say that. Let me see. Where's my update?
Not a big fan of Windows 11 to be honest, but
I heard you, honey. 1 second. Yeah, see, my PC right here says this PC does not currently meet the minimum system requirements to run Windows 11, which is because my processor's too old. I think that one does. The i9 says it does, but I'm not going to deal with any of that stuff right now. So
I see it.
All right, I am.
But all right, yeah, definitely. Just
I'll be right back. I'm going to shut down the stream though, and we'll talk some more. And I'll probably jump on stream into Twitch. And like I said, I'm gonna play another game, an older game. It's not too old though. It's a it's a action RPG is what it's called. It's like Diablo 2. It's called Grim Dawn.
Yeah.
So we'll do that
well,
next.
just shoot me a message on Discord when you're back for I can get back on because I do want to. It's not dark enough yet for I can go out there
Ours is
and
pitch black
finish
out
up
here.
this video.